Welcome back. Shall we begin with your cooperation? Yeah. So one of the areas where, could you help me clean this? Sorry. Yeah, one of the areas where children need more input is when they read aloud, they don't read aloud meaningfully. They break at unnecessary places. So teacher has to understand how to read meaningfully so that message is communicated properly. So let us have a trial on reading the same description that we read right now. Okay? A classroom scene. You have a copy with you. Okay? So some of you can try reading it aloud for us. I sent a material. I sent his mail. Okay, just go through that silently and see how will you read aloud. Okay, so those who feel confident, you can come forward and we have a feedback session on that, how you are reading it. Okay, let us see how we can improve on reading. So I am going to send you Nasir. After that we have a discussion on that. Okay. Take your mic and say. Sent already? Huh? Yes.
Shall I start?
Yeah, sure.
A classroom scene. The picture shows one part of a classroom with a teacher and the students in it. The room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small.
Okay, now when you read, you are reading for the students. So you have to drastically control your speed. Okay? If you read very slowly, comprehension will not take place. Okay? If you read very fast, again the problem will be there. So you read at a
Children won't
moderate
understand.
speed, okay? Neither fast nor too slow. And also try to break after every meaningful group. Certain words together make more meaning. So identify the meaning groups, or technically we call it semantic groups. Semantics is connected to meaning. So what are the meaningful groups? Take a break, take a pause at the end of it and read it. Second thing, language means emotions also. So how do you modulate your voice? Modulate means the ups and downs, how do you throw feel to the language, the feel of language. Because we are human beings, not robots. Human beings have feelings, emotions. And language is emotive. So how do you capture the feel of a text, the feel of a poem, feel of anything for that matter? Okay? So try to understand that and see where you sort of, See, please understand one thing, don't worry about pronunciation. The individual pronunciation is not very important, but the tone you are using is more important. I'll give an example. Imagine there is a newborn child, a new child, maybe just 1 month old, okay? And then you can say very nice things about the child. You are my darling, my sweet, everything, but make a very serious face and use a very rough voice and say the same thing. What will be the reaction of the child?
She will cry.
He will cry. And you can use any abusive words. You are the curse of my life. You are stupid. You are a fool. It gets counter anything.
She will be
But
scared.
say very smiling face in a pleasing tone. What is the response? Child will smile. So tone carries meaning. For language, tone is important. Not how you pronounce an English a certain word. People talk about correct pronunciation, but that is also debatable. Who decides that this is correct pronunciation? The need, the context, okay? Again, the problem is that we talk about a standard English, and that standards are prescribed by British people. They are no more our masters. Who are they to tell us you should read this way? When they come here, we should say the same thing. See, you are reading, use our tone. So they can read our languages in a horrible way, and we can read their English also in a horrible way. Today, English is not typically of any country. English is global. Understand?
Yes.
We use English for our own purpose. That is why it is called a second language, not a foreign language. Just like we are using mother tongue, we are using English. So our emotions, everything are to be loaded on this word also. Our culture, everything. Right? So use that language. Don't be ashamed of your own local influence. Okay? Your mother tongue influence will be there, but be proud of that. Mother tongue is your identity. Okay? Don't worry, okay, my pronunciation is very bad. Okay. I am a Keralite. I am proud of being a Keralite. And I have a certain way of reading using English. But I don't care the standard English, because they are no more my master. Okay? We are our own masters. Yes or no?
Yes.
Otherwise, even after how many years of independence? How many years of independence now? 1940, calculate, 1947, now 2022. Huh? How many? Yeah. So still you believe they are our masters. This is called imperialism, colonial control. Politically they are not our masters, but through language they are controlling us. Feel proud of ourselves. And our own rulers have made that grievous mistake. Earlier, some years ago, not the present ministry, okay, our Prime Minister invited the British President, the British Council to come here and decide our language policy. You got my idea? Our ministry, our central government, not the present minister, They called the British Council, invited and said, please tell us how we should teach languages, what should be our language policy. My question is, who are they to decide our language policy? Shamelessly our country demanded, you are our masters, please give idea about language policy. The BJP did not protest, the Communist Party did not protest, of course Congress invited, none of the political parties felt any problem on that. They said it's quite natural, British Council, great people. No, you should respect yourself. Yes or no?
Yes.
So nobody in India said boldly, well, we are free now, we know how to deal with our language. Who are they to decide our language policy? Don't you feel ashamed of that? As a free Indian, I feel ashamed of that. And I protest. I continue protesting. So you should understand that. This is all the background. So read in your way. I am looking for how do you load expressions, feel. How do you give feel to the text? Not the correct pronunciation. Who cares about that pronunciation? Okay? So understand the meaning and see. Where do you pause? Which word you want to give more importance, more prominence, and what feel? These are the things I am asking for. Please read.
Other paragraph.
You know, from the beginning.
The picture shows one part of a classroom with a teacher and the students in it. The room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small. At the back side of the picture, we see a blackboard. Something has been written on it. There is a built-in shelf in the left corner of the room. We see some notebooks staked in it. They could be the students' notebooks. A writing desk is seen situated in front of the shelf. The teacher is seen standing in front of the classroom. She is in her green top with a yellow shawl wrapped around her body.
Enough. Now, did he stop? Did she pause at any points? So what are the points where she stopped? Look at the script. In the first sentence, where did she pause? Where did she pause?
In the first paragraph.
First paragraph, within the sentence, did she make a pause anywhere? Let's focus on the first line once again. Madam has completed her reading. I give the chance to somebody else who can read the first sentence once again. What is here? So, who wants to try? You want to try. Come on. Hold the mic and let's see. 3 things. The pauses you make. 2. The importance you give to certain words. 3. The feel you are giving to a text. Feel.
Please repeat once again, sir.
Huh?
Repeat once again what you said.
3 points to be taken care of. Number 1, where do you pause? Got the point? Of course, when the sentence ends, there is a period. What is a period? Full stop. Period is a original word. Okay? So you put a period, there is a pause. But in between, do you want to pause anywhere? So, pause. Where do you stop? Okay, second, some words need more importance, but that is meaning loaded. So what meaning has to remain in the listener's mind? The listener has no text. You are only listening, yes or no? So if you give prominence, importance to some words, these words will remain. And through the words, the idea can be retrieved, captured. So do you want to give equal importance to all words, or do you want to give some importance, some more importance to some words? Third, there is a feel of language. Okay? There is a music of the language, any language for that matter. Some languages are more musical in quality, but every language has a feel. And the feel can change depending on what kind of discourse you are reading. Are you reading a poem? Are you reading a story? Are you reading a description? Every discourse has a certain feel. Let us understand that. Okay? 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Start.
I will try.
The picture shows one part of a classroom with a teacher and the student in it. The classroom.
Well. So she paused at one point. What is that? Picture shows. Do you accept that pause? Yes. If so, if you say yes, why? If you don't accept, why? Let us listen to everybody. If you pause at some point, there should be a reason for that. First of all, let us ask her. Instinctively, you paused there. You made a pause. Why? Why do you think that there is a pause needed? Give a reason.
What do you want to show her? That's why I asked.
You think you want to show something. You are talking about what the picture shows. So therefore, you wanted to stop there.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have any other reason? Huh? Curiously formulated. Please explain that. What do you mean by curiosity? Exactly. So every time we communicate, every time we talk to others, there is something called communicational expectancy. Okay? A word triggers an expectation in the listener's mind. Right? So you are triggering a kind of communicational expectation. Curious to know, this is what he said, curious. Curious to know what the picture shows. So that word needs a natural pause. Do you agree? Yes. All of you? Thank you. Continue.
The room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small.
You got the idea. What was the next pause? Where was it? Does anyone feel that, you can pause at some other place for better communication? Read to yourself in the mind. Read 1 or 2 times. I told you, I am here not to teach you anything. I am here to make you think. Do you want to try? She's tried it. Madam, could you read it once again? That part?
This part.
After that,
At the back side of the picture,
The room.
This one.
the room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small.
Did you notice any mark there in the sentence? What is there? So, what is the meaning of a comma? It needs a pause. It's a meaningful unit. The writer will not put a comma everywhere. Right? So, if you put a comma, that means there is a one part of meaningful units. So, it demands a pausing. Like full stop. Like semicolon. What are other things you can think about which needs a pause? What are the other things, other punctuation marks which demand a pause? Let's see. Let us see. Let me see. Yeah. They are talking about how you are interpreting the punctuations. Punctuations are meaningful. So you said there is a pause. Here, the example is there is a comma. So what are the other things that demand a pause?
Full stop.
Full stop demands a pause. Obviously. Let us use the word period. It's a better word. There is a period, you pause there. What else? Think. You are teachers, you must be knowing.
Semicolon.
Semicolon. It's a combination of this and this. Right. It needs a pause. What else?
Inverted comma.
Inverted comma means this. Okay. We'll come to that. She is saying, if there is inverted comma, then you have to stop before that inverted comma. A momentary pause. How many of you agree with her? You agree. Why? Why you have to pause before the inverted comma? I don't think there will be a comma. It communicates one idea. Every sentence communicates some idea. Why do you put something in inverted comma? One at a time. Pardon? I didn't hear. Important. Give a mic. See, please, let us follow the ground rules. If you have to say something, raise your hand. Otherwise, there will be confusion.
Specific word or important word put inverted commas. That's
You
why
put
we'll give the
important word
comma.
in inverted comma. She says, we put inverted comma
commas for
if a word
important
is
words.
important. Do all of you agree with her? So what are the occasions where we use inverted comma? Let us ask her.
Inverted commas are used for others words.
Others words. What do you mean by that? Others words. There is another word for this one. Indirect speech is something different. Okay, what is indirect speech? Tell me. Let us try to understand, the real meaning of thing. Okay. Yeah. What do you understand by indirect speech? What do you understand by this marks? You call it inverted comma. There is another word for, another phrase for that. Anybody? Another phrase for inverted comma. I expect an answer from any language teacher. In Urdu, Arabic. You don't use inverted comma in Arabic? Pardon? Why do we use something in quotation? Okay. Why do we use that? Okay. I mean, you know it, but you are not ready to talk about that. That's the reason.
For highlighting one sentence, one word, we are using inverted comma. For highlighting. For telling about
For
the importance of
highlighting a
that.
special expression, you use inverted commas. Is that okay for you? What is grammar? There is no grammar? There is no grammar? So what is grammar? You talk about grammar. What is grammar? Grammar is meaning. We'll discuss that later. So remember this question. I will keep on asking you the question, what is grammar? And finally, you will tell me what grammar is and what grammar is not. Okay, come back to this. When will you use this? Okay, listen. This is a nice, book. Okay. Said the teacher. Look at this sentence. One part is put in inverted commas. Okay. Why is this part in inverted comma and this is not given in inverted comma? Then you understand why and where we use inverted commas. It can be single inverted comma or double inverted commas. There's no any reason. Okay. I'm an editor of textbooks. So we have reason where to use single inverted comma or double inverted comma. Leave that aside. Okay. So what is the difference between this and this part? Yeah. Are you writing? You are quoting somebody. Okay? Quoting. So you say it's in quotation. I asked for the word, instead of inverted comma, you can say you are quoting, it's a quotation marks. Yes or no? Because you are lifting somebody's dialogue, putting it as part of your text, and therefore to show that this is not my text, somebody's text, you put it as a inverted comma. Right? And our discussion point is, we are talking about pauses. The discussion is, do we need a pause before the inverted comma begins? This is the original discussion. How many of you believe we have to pause before inverted comma? Raise your hand. Yes or no? Yes. So you can have this, either here or you can lift this and put it here also. The teacher said, it's a nice book. Okay. So either you can put it here or can you bring the whole thing and put it here. Either way, there is a break. So just before the inverted comma begins, you need a natural pause. Got the thing? There is something more also, we'll talk about that later. So before the inverted comma begins, okay. Where is, so these are all places that demand a pause. Now read again.
At the back side of the picture, we see a
Read that
blackboard.
sentence. The room is of moderate size. Read that sentence again.
The room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small.
So your pausing is okay. Now think about the next point. What was that? Do you want to give
Highlighting the words.
more importance to any of the words in the first sentence? Think. All of you think. These two sentences. We are talking about these two sentences. And we touched upon one of the features, that is pause. I gave you three things. You think about where to pause, where to sort of, give prominence. Okay? Importance, prominence means importance. So do you think some words demand more prominence, more importance? Okay? And the third thing was, what was the feel you want to create? 3 points. Now we completed pause. And your pause exactly, suitably, very good.
Thank you.
What about the other thing?
Moderate size.
Look at the sentence again and see where the meaning is loaded.
The room is
Wait,
moderate
yesterday
size.
While talking about poetry, I said, to understand the theme of a poem, every poem you read again and again, okay, and then there will be one sentence which loads the theme. So to understand the theme of the poem, look for the line, sometimes a single line, sometimes a couplet, 2 lines. Yes or no? So like this, in this sentence, you have to decide which part you want to give prominence, more importance. She will read now.
Moderate size.
You read it.
The room is of
No, the first one. Read the first sentence.
The picture shows one part of a classroom with a teacher and the students in it. The room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small.
Which are the words that you gave prominence?
Moderate size.
Moderate, size are 2 words. Did you give more importance to moderate or size?
Moderate.
Moderate. Any other word?
Teacher and students.
Teacher
And students.
and students. So let us try to see. Jameel, could you help me? Jameel? Jameel. That's it. Please underline the word or make it bold, the words. I mean, we are not analyzing the whole text, but understand the basic principle behind that. Then you can apply anywhere. Okay? So let us see.
Moderate.
So tell him he will bold, make the letters bold. Okay. Tell him the words. Yeah, moderates you said. Make it bold. Okay. You can disagree, you can agree. But then you have to give me a reason why you disagree, why you agree. From the beginning. You should understand very thing very clearly. I will not give you any information. I will ask questions only. Because I work on your mind, how you think. Okay. I don't know. Why are you asking me? I don't know. You have to decide. So what is your word now? Let us listen to her. What are your words? Only moderate.
No. Teacher and students.
Teacher. Jameel, teacher and students. She wants to give importance to that also. Fine. I have no problem. Okay. Do you have any problem for that? No problem. Okay, let teacher get importance, let students also get importance. Fine. Good. Any more word, madam?
No, sir.
No, sir. Now look at the word here, teacher, students, moderate. Look at the other part also.
Neither nor.
I don't know. Read to yourself and see, do you want any word important?
Neither or nor, I think.
Neither or
Nor.
nor. You want this also. This word also and this word also.
Yes.
Mark that. Now you have selected certain words thinking that these words are important, they need prominence. The communication depends on the prominence. Okay, if you decide that way, how will you read it? Give more importance, more prominence, more force.
I am not getting.
No,
Okay, I will try.
you said these words are important. So how will the listener understand that these are important words?
I will increase my tune, sir.
Hmm?
I will increase my tune there.
You increase your voice.
No, yes.
You will give more force to your voice. So give more force and let us listen to you.
The picture shows one part of the classroom with a teacher and students in it.
Picture shows you are giving some importance to this also. Okay, fine. Please read again.
The room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small.
Now, do you think it's okay? Or does anyone want to have a try? Who wants to try? You can change these, black words. I don't know. If you think you can read, give the mic. Madam, you can go to seat. No. Tell your friends. They will decide. They will decide your fate. Catch the mic. Don't tell me, tell your friends. Sure. Of course you will do that. Do that. He is going to gain some strength to say that.
Yes, I will try, sir.
Fine.
I start from the beginning.
Ah.
Right. The picture shows one part of a classroom with a teacher and the students in it. The room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small.
So you are giving importance to the word large
Large, okay.
and also to the word small.
Okay.
Not to neither, not to nor.
No.
Now let us debate. Should you give importance to neither nor, or do you want to give importance to large, small? What is the communication point? Neither nor. Neither.
Neither nor. Neither nor.
So give more prominence to word neither and also nor and read the sentence. Give the mic to her. Please sit down.
The room is of moderate size, neither very small nor neither very large nor very small.
So no importance on large. Where does the communication lie? You are going to communicate about the size of the room. Yes or no? The communicative sense is the audience are shared with a piece of information related to the size of the room. And the size of the room is communicated by the word, which word? Is it by neither or nor, or by the word which is
Large
related
and
to
small.
large and small? So if the communication is focusing on the size of the room, which words will naturally get important?
Large and small.
Not neither nor.
Means it is not large, it is not.
Anyway, but the communication is about the size of the room, not about a disjunction between neither and nor. Okay? Yes or no? So the communicative force of this sentence is about the size of the room. It's a very large room, not a very small room. Okay? Yes or no? Accordingly, you will have to change again. Right? So you can say in that way.
Neither very large nor very small.
Or some teachers might feel, okay, we need importance for neither and also large, and nor and also small.
Small.
That also is logical. So please understand one thing, there are no any written rules for how do you
Pronounce.
not pronounce, use tone variations. Pronunciation I am not very important, Nobody across the world thinks that is very important. Okay? But tone is very important. The feel of language is very important. And that's why I told you about the example of a child. The child is sensitive to tone. Okay? Not to sense. Take a sentence. Let us understand how you can change the meaning by changing the tone. It's a very popularly quoted sentence. Okay, there is a sentence here. This is the house that John built. I mean, frequently we talk about sentences like this. So, you can notice the changes happening while changing the word that you are giving prominence. For example, you can begin from this side. Give extra force to word this. How will it read?
This is
the house that John built. So the meaning is, this is the house, not the other house. The whole communication I am transferring onto the word this. So I say, this is the house, not the other house, in a context. Instead of that, suppose I focus on house, you get a different meaning. This is the house that John built, not a car shed. So the implied communication is, you are focusing on how, this is a house that he built, not anything else. So the choice of the word you give prominence decides, changes the overall communication. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, sir.
Then you should know what to communicate. If you know that, you know where to pause, where to give prominence. Right? And look at this one again. Okay? Again the meaning changes. Communication changes. Meaning is the same, but communication changes. This is the house that John built. not Peter, not somebody else. It's a house that John built. Okay. And then again you can change built also. This is the house that John built, not he purchased. He built it. If you understand this much, then you read the passage and see what is the communication to be, achieved. If so, where to pause and which words are to be given importance. 2 parts we have completed, pause and prominence. Now look at the word, the feel of language. How do you create a feel of the text? Even if you go and buy vegetables, sometimes you feel angry, yes or no? Yes or no? Suppose he is asking, what's the price of tomato per kilo? 600 rupees. What will be your natural reaction? What is the price of tomato per kilo? And that vegetable vendor says 600 rupees. Sir, how will you react?
600 rupees.
600 rupees? Make it very sharp. You never expected that much, He's asking 600 rupees for 1 kilo tomato. Don't you feel angry, annoyed? So what will you tell the vegetable vendor? 600? He said already. Anything else? What will you say? How would you respond to that person?
Is it 600 rupees?
Huh?
Is it 600 rupees?
That is fine, but that is not strong enough.
You're fooling me?
Your feel is not.
You're
If you are
fooling
really
me.
buying vegetables, this won't be your response. In this class, when I ask you about in English, then you are thinking like this. Suppose you are really going to a vegetable vendor and buying thing, and he is asking an exorbitant rate, very high price, then this won't be your response. Yes or no?
Yes.
Let us try to know that, Okay? No need of English. Let us be human beings who are emotive creatures. We have feelings. Even the human-made robot has feelings. Do you know about that robot? There is a robot who has got citizenship of Saudi Arabia. A robot. And that robot's name is? Anybody? You don't know? Have you seen that robot? Her name is Sophia. Sophia is the first humanoid, who has feelings. A machine. It's a machine. And she has feelings. Very recently, I watched an interview. Yeah. Maybe there are different interviews. There's a famous English film actor, Will Smith. Will Smith. So Will Smith tells Sophia, I want to marry you. And Sophia was very serious. Will you marry me? And Sophia said, well, I am just newborn, only 6 months old. I have to wait. When I get mature enough, I will respond to you. True. Okay? Sophia has feelings. Sometimes Sophia gets angry. She has the right of every other citizen. So you cannot insult her. She will lodge a complaint. You will be arrested. This man insulted me. After all, Sophia is a machine. And today different machines are available in the market. China has made these recently machines. It can wash your clothes, you can put there, ask them to clean the vessels, and it will cook for you, ask them to get the plates here, she will bring and get it, everything. These days, very difficult to get maids. So spend some dollars and get the machine, it will do everything for you. So come back to this. So here, how do you transfer these ideas into the rhyme? After it's not a story. If there is a story, there is a automatically there is a component of emotions in that. But this is an ordinary text talking about ordinary things. But even then, these things are important. Okay. Okay. So I would like all of you to work in small groups, use a pencil and mark the pauses where you make, okay, and mark the words that you give prominence, and also see what feel is to be created. Let's small groups, your convenience. Maybe 5 members can sit together. Just put your things together. Let us discuss and understand. Okay? Find out the reason, logical thinking. What's the reason for pausing at some point or not? So please sit in groups and share your ideas and come to an agreement. And one member from the group will read it out for others. Fast. Be quick. For groups after this. It is time now. What is time now? Our room is very small. Could you move a little backwards or down? Huh? Madam, could you get up and just little bit backward? We'll distribute our supplies. So finish your work in 10 minutes. You have only 10 minutes. Then work on that. Would you like to read it after some time when they read presentation? Give a more. hello dear teachers, listen to me, turn this side, okay? You have made an effort and you will continue that at home also, right? And in the WhatsApp group, you can read the text completely to your friend in your group. There are 5 members in your group, each one of you. Yes or no? So all of you read the whole text in your WhatsApp group and invite comments from your friends in the group. Today you will do that. You got the point? And take suggestions from others. So next day when you come here, you will be more confident. Yes or no? I demand you to think, find a logical reasoning why we are pausing at some places. Why are we giving importance to or stressing some words? Because these words will remain in the minds of the listeners and communication will survive. Like for example, like here now, okay? Anything. So look at this one, okay? Hello, madam, stop working, listen to me, turn this side. I am not reading, but I am highlighting certain points. So here, look at this word. I'm just give an example how you make thing. This backside, blackboard, right? So if you give more prominence to blackboard and whiteboard, these two words will bear the entire load of the communication. Okay, so other words will be less important. Yes or no? So I will give prominence here. At the back side, the picture, we see a blackboard. So two words will remain in the minds of the learners. What are they? Blackboard and backside. So the communication is captured in two words. Other words are not very important. Suppose you read at the back side of the picture, we see a blackboard. There is no communicative focus. We see a blackboard. So backside, blackboard contain the whole communicative sense of this sentence. This is the reason why you look for certain words. What is the meaning that you want to communicate? Right? So you can continue this exercise at home today, but for a trial that anybody can see, and also are you ready to read? Anybody? Have you prepared yourself? Is anyone willing to come here and present? Not the same teachers who came earlier, somebody else. Who wants to try? No issue. Prepare yourself, get ready, and then evening you communicate with your friends. Send WhatsApp messages with the same text and invite suggestions from your friend. Okay? You can also listen to Nasir. You will read the text and then he has a certain intended communication. So he will give prominence according to you. Not necessary that everybody will be following that. It depends on what meaning you want to communicate. This example, if I want to communicate John, this is a house that John built, not anybody else. I am focusing entire load onto John. So the reader can decide, which meaning is to be communicated. Okay, and more or less it will be the theme of the picture also. Could you show one version? This is not a standard reading, means this is not model to be followed by everyone. It is not the idea. Listen to him and then compare with your mental text. Yes.
The picture shows one part of a classroom with a teacher and the students in it. The room is of moderate size, neither very large nor very small. At the back side of the picture, we see a blackboard. Something has been written on it. There is a built-in shelf in the left corner of the room. We see some notebooks stacked in it. They could be the students' notebooks. A writing desk is seen situated in front of the shelf. The teacher is seen standing in front of the classroom. She is in her green top with a yellow shawl wrapped around her body.
That's enough. There is one more paragraph, doesn't matter. Now, Nazir has chosen certain words, okay, putting the whole sentence he wanted to focus on, not one part of the word. So, this different strategy we are using. But after listening to the text, some words will be prominent in your mind, some ideas will be remaining in your mind, and that will preserve communication. Okay? The whole thing is for communication. Because language is for what? Language is for, it says language is for communication. Do you believe? I don't believe. I will say language is also for communication. You have 24 hours a day, yes or no? How many hours do you spend for communication? 2 hours? You should be incorrigible, 2 hours. Every moment you are talking, maybe duration of a conversation at home is hardly 5 seconds, 7 seconds, okay? Different context, different themes will be emerging. Many times, many husbands and wives do not talk at all, okay? Still they communicate. So, very little, if you quantify 24 hours, subtract the time spent for sleeping, okay, you get very less time, okay. But every time language is with you. Do you dream? Sometimes? Do you get dreams? Sometimes very happy dreams, sometimes very frightening dreams, okay. Every time your mind is wandering. So, there is language for dreaming also. By the way, which language do we use for thinking? In which language do you think? Are you sure? Do you think in mother tongue? Are you sure that you are thinking in mother tongue? All human beings think in mother tongue. Agreed or disagree? Think twice before you respond. My questions are very tricky. You think in mother tongue, this is what you said. So my question, do all human beings think in their mother tongue? Yes or no? Yes. Have you seen people by birth deaf and dumb? They have never listened to anything, never say anything. Do they think? Do they have emotions? Do they think? They are thinking? Which language? They have never listened to any language. This mechanism is not working. So there are people by birth deaf and dumb. They also have feelings, emotions, they think, but there is no nameable language. Which simply means you cannot think in any language. If at all you think in images. Sometimes you get dreams in the night, you talk about dream. When you talk about the dream, it takes a lot of time. When you write about the dream, you write 2-3 pages, yes or no? But the dream has occurred in a fraction of a second, right? So you don't think in any language. This is one of the misconceptions about language. There are 3 misconceptions, misunderstandings. 1, language is thought. No. 2, language is grammar. No. 3rd, language is written. A page you see, you look at the page and say this is English. Yes or no? You look at this and say, okay, this is English. How do you know that this is English? The Romance letters are used, the English alphabets are used, but how do you know that this is English? Unless somebody reads it aloud. You can use the same letters to write English, French, Spanish, Danish. Many languages use the same script. You send messages in WhatsApp. You send messages in your language, Telugu, but using English letters. So there is no one-to-one correspondence between language and the script. You can speak any language and use any script. Any language you can write in any script. So there is no match between language and the script. So by looking at the page, you cannot say this is English unless somebody reads it, because language is primarily speech, not written. Anyway, so do this exercise. We'll carry forward in the afternoon, evening. The same script you have to read aloud to your friends. Post it in the WhatsApp. So I too can listen to that. Yes or no? Ready or not? I get a very weak voice. Will you ready? Are you ready for that? Prove it. Today is your golden chance. Tomorrow I will see whether you are with us or not. Okay, now let us go to the next task. There is still more time. Give me the worksheet, please. We tried describing a picture in the whole class. Okay. Now I told you, you are going to describe another picture in group. This is the picture. So you can work in groups. There are some questions here. Don't answer the questions. These questions are to help you think. And some keywords, not necessary, you can look at the picture and get it. So describe the picture, make use of the questions here. It's a group work. Everybody should write in your notebook, and finally you need a common product. Yes or no? And that group product you have to write on a chart paper, and it will be displayed like this. Agreed? So sit in group, start working. Give the pages. Hello, listen to me. Recall how we described the earlier picture. Similar theme. Okay? So what will you write first? One member from that group. What will you write first? What is the picture about? Listen please, we are discussing. So I am asking the question, what will you write first? So he says, we'll write about the picture. What the picture is about. The theme. Okay. So what will you write in the first paragraph? What will you write in the first paragraph? Come on. What will you write in the first paragraph? Huh? Physical description. Explain it, please. What do you mean by physical description?
Who are there present in the picture? What are the things that are there in the picture?
Exactly. Okay, so you have to decide what you see in the picture. Who are the people in the picture? These ideas will be written. Yeah, and also organize your ideas. You can start describing either from the front side to back side or from the back side to front side. This picture demands a certain way of organizing ideas. So think, how do you organize? So your first paragraph contains what you see in the picture, who you see in the picture. Okay? What you see in the next paragraph? What you write in the next paragraph?
Actions.
Sir? Yeah. What actions are depicted? What actions are shown in the picture? What the teacher is doing, what the children are doing. You can also talk about some noticeable actions, whatever. Think. And finally, the third paragraph you can put your perception, your opinion, your observations. That information will not be available in the picture, but your interpretation is that. Your own perception, your own opinion. So organize the description to 3 paragraphs. What do you see? Who do you see? What are the actions? And what do you think about that? Okay. You get 10 minutes for your work. But this is a question in examination board paper. Children get only 10 minutes to picture describe. Yes, madam? In board examination, 10th class, a picture is given. They are given only 10 minutes. Yeah. Take 15 minutes, no problem. Hello. Mendes, ensure that one of you is with the group. Don't supply information, but just observe whether they are taking turns. Everybody is involved in sharing ideas or not, either in English or in mother tongue. Doesn't matter. But thinking is important. So you are in that group, yes or no? Taskin, where are you? This group. Who will be this group? Nazir. Where are the Mendes for each group? One person is there. This group is unattended. Jabina, choose a group. Saad can be here. Pull a chair, sit there. Don't supply ideas. I'm asking them. Go and sit there. Go and sit there.
I will return from there.
But they are not sitting in different groups. 5 groups. But they are sitting in different ways.
Different group.
Yes. I think, hello. Please listen. We have organized you into different groups. Please listen. Today you are going to work in groups in WhatsApp. Even today you can try that. Miss Jabina Khan. Read out the teachers. Read out the name of the
Yes. Jabin Khan will be the assisting facilitator for you, and under her, Miss Hima Bindu, then Miss Farida Unnisa, Mr. Nagabhushanam, Miss Wasimunnisa, Miss Mamata. So I request all of you to sit together under the guidelines of Jabin. Thank you.
reform your team. Reform. Please move fast. Get to know each other.
And yes, the second group will be under Miss Taskeen Madam, okay? Mr. M.D. Nisat, Mohammad Nisat, then Bilkis Begum, Miss M. Kalavati, Miss Mahmouda, Miss M. Swarupa. I request all of you to gather in one particular place, and I request Miss Taskeen Madam to lead the group. Thank you. Another group is under Miss Umme Habiba, Mr. Lingaswamy, Miss P. Sunita, Mr. Shambhaya, Miss Nasreen Begum, Miss M. Lavanya. So I request all of you to gather, and I request Umme Madam to lead them. We have another group under the mentorship of Mr. Saduddin, Mr. Bhikshapati, Mr. Balamani, Miss Nagalakshmi, Mr. Shivkumar, and Miss Shilpa. I request all of you to gather in one place, and Mr. Saduddin will lead you. And we have a last group here, will be led by Mr. Jamil. The members are Miss Indira, Miss Shravanti, Miss M. Lavanya, then Bhaiya Mukhanti. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Mr. M.D. Sayed. Thank you.
They will continue their WhatsApp group.
And you all, I request all the leaders to create your own WhatsApp group, including the members. Sayed. Yeah. In this group under Mr. Jamil.
You are new
Yeah, he has joined.
today only.
fun? Fear not. Check out Active Fiber Natural Sugar Control.
Hello, it is now nearing 4 o'clock. So you have started thinking, you shared some ideas. You can continue the work today in your WhatsApp team. You can post your ideas and make it a common product. Your mentor also will help you. And then tomorrow we'll write it on a chart paper. Okay? So, is it okay? So you start thinking, decide within the members when to share ideas. You can keep your ideas, consolidate it. Okay? So we can wind up now. Shall we stop now? So teachers, our workshop time is as per decision only 2 minutes. You can wind up and you can continue in WhatsApp. Tomorrow you are going to present on chart paper. Okay. So today we'll stop. We stop today and continue the work in the WhatsApp. Make a group product. Therefore the vendor will call. Okay. And then tomorrow you write your product in a chart paper. Today. So the vendors will be contacting you. Hello, listen, please. Please listen.